The purpose of this video is to go over the power snatch for fitness that we want you guys to be able to look at when you're in class. So again, volumes have been written on this movement. We're not going to cover every single little detail in this. We want you guys just understanding a broad scope when you come to class as to what to look at. If you haven't already, please go watch the power clean video, as a lot of the body mechanics relate from the power snatch to the power clean. So in a sense, to review that, we're going to have you set up, very similar to clean, set up with the barbell over the front lace of your shoe, and you're going to set your hands out in a nice wide grip. From here, we're going to drop our hips, right? Our hips should be between our knees and our shoulders. Shoulders will be above the knee. From here, we want to remain nice and balanced, patient to the knee, aggressive through the middle, jump with straight arms, finish aggressively in a nice balanced position like that. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. That's the standard that we're going to set. Right now we're going to go over a couple of the deviations that we typically see. The first thing is having the butt raise before the barbell leaves the ground. Typically that'll lead to the barbell being flung out in front of people and them having to chase it. So butt up, boom, just like that. Okay, so they'll get set up really nicely, and then as they start to initiate, the butt rises. So if you look at where Rob's hip are and where his shoulders are, his butt rises and then they go. Okay, puts a lot of load on the low back, very inefficient for moving heavy weights. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that they're just going to go too fast out of the bottom. Typically the high butt and rushing out of the bottom equates that. People will just try and jump straight from the bottom, right? They don't slow down, they don't have the bar contact. So very simply, if we say, hey, patient to the knee, keep your butt low, that'll start to clean that up. The next thing we're going to see is people pulling too early, meaning they're going to pull with their arms before they jump. Go ahead. Right? You can exaggerate a little bit more than that. So elbow bend, there we go. That's what we see in class, right? So again, for the vast majority of people, they're going to pull early with their arms. That's because when we have something in our hands, our brain is saying lift it with our arms. That's what we've done the majority of life. So with beginners, we're going to need to override that. Again, puts a ton of load on our shoulders and neck that we don't need. Okay. The last thing you're going to see is people finishing with their knees forward, chest up. This could be for a bunch of reasons, one of them being shoulder mobility, which we'll go over at another time. So if you can just kind of finish in a crappy position here, right? The knees forward there, buckled a little bit, right? And then he was able to pull back into position here. One more time. Good. He's also being really weak with his shoulders over the top. That'll be another thing that we'll see. Just give me one more weak overhead catch where people just aren't aggressive at the top. So this is a non-aggressive, right, where they're just kind of soft and they have to push it at the top, as opposed to, give me one good rep here, right, boom. That's a nice solid catch at the top, and you can hear it from his feet. Okay, so just to recap, good setup, patient to the knee, accelerate through the middle, jump with straight arms, finish aggressively by locking out overhead, and that's going to give you a really good power snatch.